はい。皆さん、こんにちは。ジョーです。今日もですね、今 Web3 クリプトの業界で、活躍をされている方々をインタビューするという、会をですね、やっていきたいと思います。で、今日は、皆さんも非常にいろんなところで多く聞かれていると思います、Jambo という会社のですね、CEO の方に、来ていただいております。皆さんもたくさんおそらく Jambo フォン買われてるんじゃないかなと思いますが、今日そのことについて、聞いていきたいと思います。Okay, so thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. I'm honored to be having this interview with you. And I think this is going to be the first interview for the Japanese audience to listen to what you do, who you are, and everything else. So, possible, can you introduce to the Japanese audience?
For sure. Also, first of all, thank you for taking the time and thank you everyone for tuning in. Real quick on myself, James, I'm the co-founder of Jambo. I grew up in Central Africa in the Democratic Republic of Congo. I don't know how many of the audience members have been there. I was there for 16 years. My family's been there 3 generations. We were one of the first Chinese ethnically to move over there. After that, I went to college in New York, studied computer science at NYU. When I graduated in 2017, I ran a crypto fund for 4 years, investing in the space. I was always interested in emerging markets in Africa and investing in it. Finally, it got to a point when I was 26, 2021 December, I was like, I got into crypto for 3 reasons: cross-border payments, remittances, and a bank Indian bank. And that is all at this intersection of emerging markets and Web3, which Africa is my home, so natural. Now, all of this begins and ends, we realize, with a phone, with the mobile stack, because Africa, Latin America, Southeast Asia basically all skip through from the land component. So computer skip through direct into mobile, smartphone penetration. So a lot of our goal at Jambo is to bridge the mobile infrastructure in emerging markets for crypto.
Thank you so much, James. Yeah. Okay, so now, before jumping onto those phones, is crypto big in Congo?
Yes, I will say this. Hard to give direct stats for y'all, but to be relative, my friends in Congo that I grew up with use crypto every day, like sending money to each other, etc. My friends in New York I went to school with use crypto every day too, but to trade on different exchanges. So I'd say the use case is a little bit different. It's more real when in Africa. And if you take it beyond Congo, right, because Africa is 54 countries, Congo is the largest in the center. But if you look at Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa, they are ranked 3 out of the top 10 by P2P Bitcoin transactional volume every year.
So now, crypto and Jambo phone, how did it start? First of all, is it like really sold well or?
Yes, great question. So Jambo phones launched January 1st, basically. It started off shipping to 30 countries. Right now we're shipping to over 90 countries, which is insane. It's 1/3 of the world we can get the phone to you. At the end of the day, so is the phone selling well? I'll say I can give some projection numbers that we are looking to do. We're looking to do well over 500,000 units of the phone sold. Right now, the phone is sold out until May, and the next orders are shipping out in the summer. I'll say this, right? Like, look, Africa is 50% smartphone penetration, and 70% of that market share is owned by one company. It's a Chinese company called Transient. They have the Techno phone. They are publicly listed on the NASDAQ. Did $7 billion revenue last year. They are a Chinese founder, never been to Africa. A decade ago, took Chinese phones, manufactured in the hardware center of the world in China and Shenzhen, ethnically Chinese, to Africa. Now, what we are doing is we have that same supply chain. So we have the advantage of supply chain. We manufacture phone, over 3,000 factories. We sourced it to 3 that we work with. And to the Web3 aspect, I feel like that is really what we are trying to push the narrative on. So if you go into the Jambo phone here, you go in, the idea is you're a 20-year-old in Nigeria. At 10 a.m., you go into a merchant network, you buy the phone. You go into the phone, there's 15 apps that are pre-installed already. Only one of them is the Jambo app. The Jambo app will give you a multi-chain wallet and a questing platform for you to do various quests to earn tokens. Those quests now will be to do certain actions in our partners' apps. So the other 14, there's 8 games, there's other wallets like MetaMask, etc. So say Matrix 5 or Sleepagachi to our gaming partners. Go in there, get to level 5, you earn Matrix tokens, you earn Sleepagachi NFTs, go to your wallet. Now we provide you the off-ramp to local currency around the world. So by 10 p.m., you can already have local Naira, shillings, Congolese francs to spend on for basic necessities.
I see. Understand. Thank you. And also now, I think on the media, Jambo phone, this is kind of considered as a Aptos phone. But is it true, or you guys only work with Aptos, or thinking about expanding the partnership with other chains or other ecosystem?
Great question. The Aptos team has been nothing but stellar. Mo, Avery, the founders are amazing. Mo grew up in emerging markets and etc. So he really understands the vision. Jambo is working very closely with Aptos to, obviously we love their high throughput blockchain and everything, but we will support many different chains. Our wallet is multi-chain. Like, we're not playing God here saying, hey, in this market, in Latam, in Brazil, you have to use this. In Congo, use this. In Korea, use this. Like, for us, is we have all the functionalities enabled. So with Aptos, the Petro wallet is pre-installed in the Jambo phone. So you can actually interact with the Aptos chain. You can store APT tokens and do various things in DeFi protocols as well within their ecosystem. Now, other partners you might ask, then what about largest like Ethereum or Solana is where most of the utilities are happening and most of the other deep in AI projects are happening. We are all in discussion and they're great partners. But Aptos truly right now is awesome and is our first partnership officially that we've announced. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. And now I believe a lot of, the apps project ecosystem contacting you. And so on the phone, how many crypto related apps are pre-installed?
Yes. Every app inside the phone is a Web3 application.
Oh, wow.
There might be one or two that are very large that we also have earning model, such as with TikTok, say a watch to earn. Now, the issue you might directly think is 4G and Wi-Fi is very hard in certain emerging markets. So then we have to get telcos to subsidize the 4G for users to be able to watch videos and earn tokens. So as long as incentives are aligned, the phone, we are really branding it as the earn phone to get this to users' hand to help them earn money in emerging markets. I think a really important thing to know as well is, growing up in Congo, right? It's like top 3 most dangerous countries, I think you might say, in the world. At any given moment, you have to be able to leave overnight, like from your home. Like, I've escaped 2 civil wars, once in 3rd grade, once to Togo in West Africa, once in 7th grade to Victoria, Canada. That's another story, another day. But now begs the question, if you have to leave your home overnight, what do you bring with you? Do you bring your phone, your keys, your car? You bring your family, but what belongings? Well, what if I told you now you can bring everything, in the palm of your hand, right? If you take it one step further, you remember your private keys, you really don't need to bring anything. But the point I'm making is, with the phone, we really want to create an all-in-one ecosystem. And what I've seen that's tough for many other Web3 projects dealing with emerging markets is it's just really hard to reach users in that area. Like, even for us, like, we had over 200 investors in us, including Paradigm, etc. 99.9% of them, I can promise you, have never been to Africa. Mm-hmm. The first 2 months of our diligence conversation with the VC was just around, tell me about the promise of African emerging markets. Why is it, right? What's the total addressable market? And then, why are you the team to do this? And why are you the founder with the background? So I feel like for us, so much of it is shedding light on emerging markets that is not somewhere crazy. Like, you live in Dubai, you can fly to Africa within like 6 hours. It's closer than Denver than here. So we're really trying to just, bridge that infrastructure so users can actually reach resources, and then VCs and other resources and Web3 applications can directly, like the phone's a launch pad, go into users' hands.
Are you still opening up for a new partnership, or how's the situation?
Oh, yes. So, just shout out right now. If you are a mobile gaming studio, and you have an app on the Google Play Store, because our OS is still Android OS, please reach out. Our head of partnerships Telegram is @JamboSam. His email is sam@jambo.technology. Just literally text him, we'll get on a call, we'll see, and we can pre-install you, and literally free distribution to users in emerging markets.
Hello there, my name is Sam. I am the head of partnerships at Jambo. As co-founder James has said, please reach out to me. I will get you guys pre-installed on the home screens, listed on the Jambo app Play Store, and then we're going to do a lot of big things together. @JamboSam, Telegram, sam@jambo.technology, email. Thank you.
Okay, so going back to you.
Yes.
Now, how was the ETH Demver? What was purpose of you being here?
Yes. So we've really been in stealth, I'd say, for quite a while, because we did our fundraisers between end of 21 to mid 2022. So in the first 8 months, right, of Jambo was brand building, team building. We have over 200 employees right now across 14 countries, and then fundraising. Since then, it's all about manufacturing the phones, working in factories, and then making sure the Web3 components are aligned. Because if we're a phone manufacturer, you might say, James, have you ever worked in hardware? Like VCs invest in software because it's more scalable. Why are you doing hardware? We're doing it as a means to an end, as an infrastructure play, because the only way you can actually get software to users' hands in emerging markets is through the hardware. Now, ETH Denver is really a small coming out party. I guess you could say we had a small booth, raffled out some phones, filmed a few podcasts, including this. This is our first one to any Japanese audience. I just flew in from Tokyo as well, so a lot of love. But yeah, ETH Denver is great. The narratives, I think you guys will hear from Joe on another podcast, but it's probably around the Bitcoin ecosystem in Denver, and then Cosmos ETH. It's probably the two biggest trends I've seen. Yeah.
I see. And then, like you just mentioned, you raised from different venture capitals, and one of them, or a lot of them, are doing something in crypto.
Yes.
So this fundraising was, has the purpose of being into crypto, or that was just for another fundraising for you guys, or what was it like?
For sure. So I think anytime you deal with hardware, it really takes a lot of manufacturing power, and you have to have inventory and supply, and all of that takes capital. So number one, anytime you fundraise, you need money. Don't do this from powerful investors to help you. Now, beyond cash, the most important reason why we fundraise, because every dollar, if you've been a founder, every dollar is not the same dollar. Like the same dollar from Paradigm will not be the same dollar from another fund. The reason, and I'm saying this respectfully to everyone, is because who in the future will be joining our community and network and buying our phones? Retail, community, users. And it's just a fact of the matter that community users, they see these VCs and funds as a symbol that this project, might be more legit than other ones because they've gone through this stringent due diligence process. So it was very important to me that I could access these VCs, not only for the capital, for the branding they bring me, and also the portfolios they will introduce me. Because honestly, if you look at us, we built our own phone, and we did our own multi-chain wallet with Web3 auth, but a lot of the apps are pre-installed. It's all the best IPs from other, I can't manufacture the best Web3 game, best Web3 phone, the best everything, but I can find the best Web3 game to pre-install for you. I can find the on-ramp, off-ramps. I can create some of them. So how do I reach the best? It's in the portfolio of the best investors. So only way is to actually reach them first.
I see. And you just told us you just came back from Tokyo, and this is Japanese audience.
Yes.
And you said hopefully you can come back or go back to Japan once again this year. What do you think about the Japanese market? For the Jambo?
Okay. Loaded question. Before that, I will preface that was my first time in Tokyo. I stayed 2 weeks and it was amazing. So all love. Arigatou gozaimasu. The Japanese market really surprised me, but not this trip. It surprised me in 2022 February. If you remember 2022 February, what was the number one Web3 game? DAU, MAU at the peak of the world. Steppen by Fine Satoshi Labs. So Jambo actually went through the same Alliance DAO cohort, the incubator with the founders of Steppen. So we really got to see firsthand how they were, attacking the Japanese market. And I was so surprised to see the largest user base because I was a power user. I had 10 phones, full energy, walking with my walkers, rare, epic shoe boxes. Is the Japanese market. Like when I was looking at Twitter and I'm trying to sell my shoes, because there's a lot of bids for the common shoes or even the green ones, but for the rare ones or the epic, there's just a few people. And I think most of the buyers and sellers are Japanese. So that was surprising. Now, bringing this all back, Jambo phones. What this shows is the government is very supportive, amazing. Emerging markets, it makes sense, right? They have nothing to lose. Argentina, convert Bitcoin. Nigeria, they have nothing to lose. But for Japan to be so forward, that says a lot. Second is, I think crypto is one of the most global ecosystems. And look at this, we're all in Denver, right? Like what other chance? I don't even ski. I never saw snow until I was 18, right? I'm African, right? You're in Denver. It's to do business, I feel like with different cultures, nationality, races, and everything, you really have to be very outgoing. I find Japanese people in general to be very, I feel very good for international business. You know what I'm saying? For even people that are very respectful, very just good at doing things. It's very different. There's not a barrier. You feel at home when you go there. So I think that's also why it's good for Jambo phones. But most importantly, one of our large partners is there as well, an exchange that we want to pre-install. So we really chatted with them quite a bit.
I see. And now a lot of people kind of curious about airdrop opportunities.
Yes.
Do you think something coming, or what do you think? I mean, something that you can tell us about.
Right. I will say this. I am extremely grateful for Solana, Saga, and Bonk and what they've shown. Because if Solana, Saga, and Bonk didn't do what they did, I would have to explain, like what rewarding communities for doing certain incentives in your ecosystem is like. But Solana, Saga, and Bonk sort of already did that. And a lot of people ask us like, oh man, are you not worried? The pre-orders for Saga started, you guys are fighting. And I always say this, like Anatoly, the founder of Solana, he's an OG, right? He's, in my opinion, like same level as Vitalik, like one of the four, founding fathers of the industry almost. Saga and his view, because I believe the company DNA starts and ends with the founder. His view is to disrupt the duopoly of the App Store and Apple, the 30% charge where you can put in it. For us, it's distribution. We want to get phones into the hands. We're shipping to 90-something countries, 1/3 of the world. So it's very different, I'd say, visions. And they took the higher route of, say, $1,000 phones, $500 phones, amazing. We couldn't have the luxury to go the high-end route because for emerging markets, our phone is $99 US. You're buying in bulk, it's even cheaper. Sold out till May, but etc. So all respect. Now, I know that was a long answer to the question. I can't really say much to it, but Jambo is, Stay tuned to the channel. Stay tuned to the channel.
Okay. So the last thing I want to ask you is, can you give some message to the Japanese audience?
What kind of message?
What kind of message? Any message.
Any message. All right. Well, all love. You guys feel what okay, you know what? I will give a message actually.
Okay.
ETH Denver, I feel like this is my 4th cycle in crypto. Like official cycle where I have a lot of skin in the game. First one I say was 2017, the retail. Then bear market 2018, right? The second cycle might have been 2020, DeFi summer. That starts with Compound, Maker, all that. Then 2022, you have that wave. And now you have right now. I'd say every bull market is marked by, you feel the energy. You just walk into a room, you feel, like for example, DePIN plus AI this year was packed. You could not even get in. The lines were around the block, around the whole building. Last year, there was 5 people in the room. Like literally the developers in there were like, this is amazing to us that there's a full room for DePIN AI. Like, how is it possible? So I guess the note to any audience here is, if you're already listening to Joe's channel, you probably plugged in and you're good, but yeah, you probably should start dollar cost averaging more capital into the industry, because more skin in the game, because it just seems like the energy is really there. It might be the beginning of sort of liftoff. And there's a very smart person once told me, if you have a seat on a rocket ship, just get on it. Don't ask what seat. So if the rocket ship, say, is Web3 or crypto, I guess that seat would be different token ecosystem that you are involved in and believe in. So just get in there. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, James and Sam.
Appreciate it.
We are so looking forward to seeing you probably next time in Japan or somewhere else. And I'm pretty, confident that Jambo and your partnership with other ecosystem in all of the world, and hope you guys can come back to my channel.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Right.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you.